come in contact with that, they're not recovering. Up to this moment, the angels of Allah are still very much around, praying for the servant of Eve, the Almighty, praying for the servant, seeking for Allah's blessing, Allah's mercy, Allah's provision, Allah's protection on the servant of Almighty Allah, that still your servant. They are fasted only because of you. They fasted only because of you. They've denied themselves sleeping during the night of days of fasting. They denied themselves eating in the afternoon of fasting. They denied themselves all forms of enjoyment. Having intimacy with their wife, they've denied themselves of that. Quarreling with people who have offended them, they've denied themselves of that. Abusing people, they've denied themselves of that. They try to protect themselves to the best of their ability. And now they have come together to glorify you once more. Oh Allah, the angels will now be telling Allah that, please, we want our distinguished worshippers to please reserve the first row. There is a particular spot, a particular point that has been reserved for our great scholars, our ulama. We want you to please give that honor to whom is due, and that is our scholars. We want you to please reserve that space for them. You also are very, very important before Almighty Allah. Allah knows your position, and Allah will reward you for being obedient to Him. Please, that is not out of disrespect. It is to give respect to our scholars, actually. Let us do that. Now, the angels of Allah, they will now be seeking for Allah's mercy and blessings, forgiveness, rahmah, sakina, and all the things to the servant of Almighty Allah who have come to the Eid ground to observe just 2 rakats. Those 2 rakats, they are very, very important before Almighty Allah. That is why Allah says, you should come together and do what? Fasalli li rabbika. Fasalli li rabbika. You should do what? You come together and observe prayer. Say a prayer to your Lord. Pray unto your Lord by way of obeying Him, by way of appreciating Him, by way of telling Him that you don't have any other person that has given you that opportunity of fasting for 30 days, if not Allah. So, if you come here, you are expected to sit down quietly and be saying your adhkar, the way we have recited it earlier on. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, on and on like that, acceptable. If you cannot, if it is just only Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, walillahi alhamd, that is also very good. Now, you don't come here and start making noise. Don't come to praying ground and start discussing worldly affairs. We have said that one. And you don't have to observe any rakat, any nafla ahead of the nafla, the main nafla that we have come to observe. That is not in the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. On this day, يريد الله بكم اليسر ولا يريد بكم العسر ولتكملوا العدة ولتكبروا الله على ما هداكم ولعلكم تشكرون. يريد الله بكم اليسر. Almighty Allah wants ease for you. Allah intends ease for you. وَلَا يُرِيدُ بِكُمُ الْعُسْرَ. Allah does not want to put on you difficulty, challenges, problems, things that you will not be able to pass through. He doesn't want you to go through that. He wants you to experience what is called mild enjoyment on this day. A mild enjoyment that will not be in the you will not go into extreme in seeking for your enjoyment. But Almighty Allah wants you to be happy on this day. And that is the reason why He has encouraged us to give zakat al-fitr. To give us zakat al-fitr to the less privileged, and they can have the feeling of the joy, the feeling of the merrymaking, the feeling of the happiness, the feeling of moving around, celebration. Allah does not want anybody to feel sad on this day. That is why He has ordered that there's no way you will fast, you will worship me for 30 days, and you will not have committed some few skirmishes of mistakes, errors. So your zakat al-fitr will serve as expiation for your errors, and the people you have given it to, you have extended ounce of fellowship to them, you have extended ounce of happiness to them, and you have equally given them that room to be happy, that room to experience joy and that celebration. And also, when you are on Eid ground like this, you sit down, you don't argue with anybody. The lessons you have learned in the month of Ramadan, you allow it to continue to radiate, to continue to show in your life. It is on this day you see so many tests, you experience some tests. Somebody might abuse you on this day. Will you still be able to accommodate whatever error, whatever inequality, whatever what is not good that somebody may do to you? Will you be able to accommodate? Will you be able to let go of whatever error anybody does to you on this day? Allah still want to test you. If somebody abuses you, right from this moment, as you have exercised patience, you exercise patience during the month of Ramadan, you should allow that patience to continue, to carry on even after Ramadan. Somebody might look at you and say, what you are doing, do you think you are the only one that is worshiping Allah? Do you think that you are the only one that is seeking for Allah's pleasure in person? You don't have to do that, because the confidence you have, it is between you and your God, and not with any human being. It is on this day that you might be driving, somebody abuses you. It is on this day that you might just be on your own, somebody just look for your trouble. Do you want to give him back? Do you want to abuse him back? Do you want to talk to him in a way that will diminish from the reward you have acquired for yourself? Because as we are now, we are as clean as the day we were born by our parents. So we should not allow any indecency. We should not allow any act capable of removing from our rewards that Allah Himself has given. Allah says, "As-sawmu wa ana alladhi ajzi bihi." Fasting is for me, and definitely I will be the one to know the actual reward, the exact reward that is accruable to that fasting. The Prophet of Allah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, was once asked, "What are the rewards? Can you lead us, give us an insight into some of the rewards that Allah has promised that are accruable to fasting Muslims?" The Prophet only says that on the day of judgment, before the day of judgment, "Lis-sa'imi farhatan, farhatun inda al-fitri wa farhatun yawm al-qiyam inda liqa'i rabbih yawm al-qiyamah." The Prophet started by saying, for a fasting Muslim who has kept to the fundamentals, to the basics, to the rules of fasting, that he will have two joy. The first joy, as we experience, is always experienced whenever he wants to break his fast during Al-Fitr. You will experience that. Then the second joy, the second happiness will be that great happiness that when he's meeting his Lord on the day of judgment,